Leclerc. Leclerc is a great driver. I feel like every season I have a renewed appreciation for Leclerc. He's been dealt a bad situation by Ferrari on way too many occasions.
For
But
many
the fact
years.
that he can keep his motivation and still believe that I can win these races is why he ends up on the podium so frequently.
Both Ferrari drivers are enjoying this season purely for the fact that they get to race because they've got such a good car at the moment. Yeah.
Gasly ahead of Verstappen. It's not what we like to
uh,
see.
I like to see. I like to see that.
There's something really disappointing about watching the champions of a sport underperforming, especially when you know that it's not because of their doing, it's because of the equipment. It actually is heartbreaking. It's like if the big three went on court and their tennis rackets were flat, you know, and the ball had no bounce. All these athletes are in the prime of their career. It actually feels like watching brilliance get wasted, you know? I feel that way.
Yes.
To be fair, I
Yeah.
feel that way about Leclerc. I think Leclerc is a
But his
great
whole
driver.
his
I
whole career
rate
has been
Leclerc
wasted.
ahead of George Russell. I think Leclerc is of that generation, like the
Okay.
Albons and the Landos, Leclerc, George Russell, all these guys. Um, Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, I feel like are actually the most talented drivers. So I feel the same way about Carlos Sainz being in Williams. Relatively speaking, he had a good season with Williams and ended up on podiums last year
Yeah.
in his first year with Williams. But now with the new reg sets and the car being different again, it's kind of back to square one for Carlos Sainz. And it's a shame because he's in the prime of his career. If he was in one of the Mercedes instead of George, we know who would be leading the championship right now. I actually think Carlos
Yeah.
Sainz and Leclerc would be more competitive against Kimi. Kimi would not be leading the championship in race 3 this year if his race partner was Leclerc or Carlos Sainz.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fair assessment because I mean, I don't think that George is necessarily elite yet. And I say yet because I do think he can get there.
If it was
But
going to happen, it would have happened by now. We all assumed he was there now, which is why we thought he was going to run away with it. The media, the press, fans, everyone thought George is going to run away with it. He's not running away with it. And yes, he's having issues with the car and he's been unlucky.
been unlucky,
So
yeah.
I won't pin it all on him. And by Miami, we might be seeing a completely different picture anyway, and George might be back
Yeah.
to leading again. But building on this theory, last year, if it wasn't Lando in that McLaren, Oscar wouldn't have been so competitive if it was Carlos Sainz in the other McLaren, or if it was Leclerc in the other McLaren. I think
Yeah.
that Oscar bleeding the championship for most of the middle of the year, and Lando can't quite get his head right, but just pushing through and only winning by 2 points against Max, who didn't even start the year as the championship contender,
Yeah.
or the strongest one anyway. If Sainz or Leclerc were in the McLaren, I think that they would have been leading the championship all the way through.
It's a hypothetical. We'll never know.
Hypothetical.
Yeah.
It's the only thing we're good at, hypothesizing.
Yeah.